Hello and welcome to True Audio Files. So today I'm going to talk about, do the labels really get it? Are they dropping the ball on these deluxe editions of releases? I know I've brought this up in the past. I'm not sure I've specifically made a video on just this topic alone. But I thought I know I've talked about it, so I'm going to kind of reiterate it and talk about it a little bit more in detail here now on this episode. Um, and here's what I mean by that. So one of the things that I am a fan of, I really liked and prefer to have physical releases when I can and when it makes sense to do them. And that's most of the time. So, but, the one issue that I have, and again, it's most specifically related to these deluxe editions or super deluxe editions or any of these others, is they really seem to drop the ball a lot of the times in terms of what they include. And what I mean by that is, for example, give you a prime example of the one I'm talking about specifically, but then there's some other issues as well. But for example, the Talking Heads 77 just came out. I literally just got this in the mail, although this video might be coming out a little later than when I physically got this. But basically, this has 3 CDs and it has a Blu-ray. And the Blu-ray basically has surround sound mix and also the high-res stereo version of the album. And I believe it's the 2024 remaster of the album, too. So, and a nice, thick, nice book on this. So, and this was basically, I think retails, I think it was around $100-ish. I think I paid $70-ish, but regardless, it's under $100. And they have a vinyl version of this that has some cool stuff. It has all the stuff that's on this, but it also has, I think it's 4 singles, 7-inch singles that I think were the original releases with the picture sleeves as well in that box set, and I think the same book of information in the box. But it doesn't give you the Blu-ray. And I know it's probably a situation where maybe a lot, if not most, of the people that listen to vinyl maybe don't care about that Blu-ray. But let's be honest, how much does it really cost them to throw that Blu-ray in? I guess there is some thought that maybe they're expecting you that are going to buy the record box set and the CD box set just so you can get the Blu-ray. But, I just, especially nowadays where prices are going way up, especially on vinyl, where I think the vinyl version is somewhere in like the $200 to $250 range or more. So by the time you're said and done, you're talking $300 to $350 for both sets, when you just want that Blu-ray, which might retail for, I don't know, $30 or whatever it is. It would be nice also maybe if they released that Blu-ray as a separate piece. One of the things that was one of the things that actually bothered me about the Who's Next box set. That had, I think it was 10 records, which basically it's all the same stuff that was on the high resolution download release and on the CD box set. I don't know if they actually had a CD box set, but anyways, it's on the same content that was on in the record box set that was on the digital download box set. But the record box set also came with a Blu-ray that had the new stereo remixes that Steven Wilson did and the surround sound mixes that Steven Wilson did. And the only way for a longest time to get that Blu-ray, was if you spent $300 on that box set. And I just couldn't justify that, especially when the high resolution downloads, which are going to be higher resolution than the CDs that were in the box set, were probably a third of the cost, if not less than that, than the box set. But good news, probably a year or so later, they finally are releasing that Who's Next Blu-ray individually. So I'm able to buy it individually so I can have it. So that's great news on that side. But another one, and we're talking about pricing, is the Miles Davis box set that just came out, and I've got it on CD here, as you can see. There's a couple of things that I have that I have a problem with on this box set as well. So as you can see, it actually has a slip case that says Miles Davis, and then the content there. But so there is a record box set available for this. I think this one, I don't remember the pricing on this one. I'll put it up on my as text on the video. But basically, this is CD quality, obviously, though, but at least probably less than a third of the cost of the vinyl box set. And I'm not even 100% sure the vinyl box set has the entire box set information in it. I think it's missing a couple things that you actually have to buy separately to make it complete. So, and on top of that, if they used, I'd be shocked if they did not cut the Miles Davis box set from digital files to put onto record. And if they use the same digital files that are available for streaming, they're basically CD quality. They're 24-bit instead of 16-bit, but beyond that, they're CD level. So it's kind of hard to justify that one as well when you've got essentially CD quality digital being cut to vinyl, and for 3 to 4 times more the price of the CDs. So, I have no problem paying extra for vinyl, and I often do, but I want to be able to feel like I'm getting some more value out of it than I would be in this particular case than out of the CD box set. But this Miles Davis one specifically, I'm not seeing a value there. Now, if they come out and say that the files that they used to cut the records are different, and most specifically are a higher resolution than the basically CD quality sound, then I can understand the justification a little bit. But I have a feeling that they aren't. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys would have to say about that. I mean, about all these things. About number one, if you're going to make a super deluxe box set, which I think this is considered that. It just says the definitive version, but I think a lot of sites are calling it the deluxe or super deluxe box set. But if you're gonna do that and you're going to release it on vinyl, please make sure you give the same content that you're giving on the CD, and that's actually what it boils down to also on the Miles Davis. If you're going to release a super deluxe box set, make sure that the content that the record box set has the same as the CD box set, because in both of these cases, both the Miles Davis and the Talking Heads, I don't believe they're the same. I know specifically the Talking Head ones, you're missing the Blu-ray, and I believe you're missing an additional concert performance on the record box set that you have to buy. I think they have it offered separately. So my guess is they did that to try to keep costs down of the box set, so it doesn't seem like it's as much. But anyway, give the same exact content on both versions of the box sets. Beatles had been doing that for a long time as well, where you'd get the box set of their super deluxe versions of like the White Album and Sgt. Pepper and all that, and the records, the CDs, had a Blu-ray disc in them that had the surround sound mixes and the high resolution digital versions of them, and the records didn't. So this is not a new thing, so that's why you've probably seen me talk about this again, but I kind of wanted to make it its own standout thing if I haven't already. And if I have, it's probably been a very long time, so probably many less subscribers watched that one originally. So, but I would really love to get your take on that and see what you guys think. Do you feel that if you get a super deluxe box set, but that both the vinyl and the CD should have the exact same content available to it, including a record, including a Blu-ray? I know, for example, the Prince Diamonds and Pearls box set had a Blu-ray in it. I know that there was a Jimi Hendrix box set that had the vinyl that included an extra Blu-ray, the newest one that just came out, which actually I have up here somewhere, but the Electric Ladyland Studio box set that had a Blu-ray included with it on the vinyl. So there are people that are getting it, but there are too many, in my opinion, that aren't. And especially when costs are just out of control right now and just super expensive worldwide, you need to give people a little bit of a break and make sure you give them all the content on whichever version they want, if they're getting a super deluxe, especially since the vinyl version is significantly more expensive anyway. So throwing in an extra disc, which probably has a very low manufacturing cost when it comes to a Blu-ray, won't cost them that much to do. So anyway, that's my take. I want to hear your take. What are your thoughts? So I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. If you don't subscribe, please do so. I'd love to see those subscriptions, but hit that like button. Comment below, all that happy stuff that you usually see about YouTubers giving. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. You guys have a good rest of your day and a good rest of the week. Thanks a lot.